Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Friday Earworms. Tonight, we're getting musical again. We're touching base with a friend of ours, Kevin M. Kraft, singer, songwriter, also cigar box guitar builder and enthusiast and author. And so he is a Renaissance man, and we're looking forward to catching up with him and seeing what he's doing right now. Hint, hint, it will be about the International Singer Songwriter Association and the competition he's in right now. So we're going to definitely touch base about that. And talking about meeting up with old friends, we do have a panel tonight. This is our music specialty panel, which includes this gentleman. Welcome back to the show, Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening.
Ready to hear your voice again.
Yeah, buddy. Good to be on with the man, Kevin Kraft.
Oh, yes. And, of course, we do have a lady. So it's not just a man fest here. Please welcome Liza Sahido from the Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
There she is.
Yep, snap, collab.
Not just a lady, the lady.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Well, let's bring on the star here.
Yes.
I am ready to vote for the second time today on another device. Guys, we'll let you know what's going on.
Oh, so we're going to have Kevin M. Kraft here. I don't have an intro video for him, but we will be hearing some of his music shortly.
Yes.
So
yes.
Here we go. Not much fanfare, but he deserves one anyway. Please welcome Kevin M. Kraft. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Great for the introduction. It's good to see you all again.
Yes.
Good to see
likewise.
you. Yes. Finally, a stream that works, right, Kevin?
Finally.
Oh, my gosh. YouTube was blowing up on us on Sunday, and I had so many questions prepared for you. I am going to pick your brain today.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
There's not much there.
That sounds serious.
Oh. Plenty to pick in there.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm glad we're getting to talk again. This is great.
Yes.
All right. So
all right, let's get to picking and grinning.
Put this in the chat. I'm going to say, don't be shy, folks, because the notifications have gone out. So little by little, folks will be coming in.
Yeah.
Please ask questions. All right, there we go.
I'm all ready.
So anyway, sir, the big news is you are a contestant in the International Singer-Songwriter Association.
Yes.
A lot of alliteration there. Singer-Songwriter Association.
Yes.
And 2026. And you want to tell us about how you got involved in this competition and then what it's all about? I do have links ready, and I do have ready to go the Bottleneck and On the Highway to play for folks.
All right.
So,
yeah, it's a contest I'd heard about just several years ago through a friend of mine. I'd seen some of the ads, like looking through competitions and stuff like that. I'd seen it before, but I'd never entered it. I was always late whenever I found it, so I never got a chance to do it until just this last year. So I thought I'm gonna make it a point to do it this year. And I have a friend who's also an entrant, and we're actually up for one award, I think, sound engineer of the Year award
Wow.
together. So I'm like, well, okay, it'll be a friendly competition, but she's the one that I kind of discovered the competition through.
Okay.
She's been doing it for a few years, I think now, and I think she won it. She actually won the Sound Engineer Award last year.
Nice.
She had a video, one of her videos placed a couple years ago. I think that was like a third place, something like that. So she's been doing it for a while, yeah, and she's very talented. She's a wonderful vocalist. And we met at a Christian Film Festival several years ago, and we've been in touch throughout those years. And I found the contest through her, and I said, "Well, I'm going to try and do it this year." So she encouraged me all the way. She said, "Yes, you should." So I said, "All right, I'll do it." But yeah,
you absolutely should, and I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
A lot of musicians turn their nose up at competitions. I know because I used to be one of them. Yeah, to turn my and then. It's not just about competing and getting the accolades and things like that. Competitions like degrees kind of are door openers for an audience. They help for people to give you a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So and they also help you network because you meet people as you did along the way. And so both of these things, I know guys, we want just have our nose in the craft and not look up to see what's going on in the world. But we have to connect with other humans in order to get our art out there. This competition is so important. And can you tell us about, I guess, the most controversial aspect of the competition, Kevin, the rallying of the audience part of the competition?
Yes. The ISSA is all about the independent artist, the independent singer and songwriter. And as a matter of philosophy with this contest, they want, because we're not part of a label or anything like that to do all the marketing and everything and finding our audience. They want to know, and it's the first step of this competition, that we can rally our fan base or develop a fan base to rally to our cause. And so that's what that's what the voting is all about, getting people to vote for us so that we know people are interested in our music. And then from that point, they're going to look at the votes and say, oh, okay, yeah, he's amassed a good number of votes and everything. Now let's go listen to the music. And they'll head and then they have their own criteria for judging that. So that's what, a lot of people think it's a popularity contest. It's a little more than that. It's actually rallying a fan base. They want to know you can do that. And I think it's actually a great idea,
Yes, and especially if you want to stay indie, and most of us should, so that we have full control of our art.
Exactly.
We need to develop the ability to rally an artist around us. I think what they're doing is so important. I think what they're doing is something that every music school should be forcing every student to do. I know that I, as a former student from music colleges and universities and conservatories, would have benefited from this exercise. So awesome for them for doing this.
Just so people know, we were majoring in composition, which is a little different than songwriter.
It doesn't matter.
Because, well, I know maybe in some ways, but the philosophy in academia is songwriting commercial, composition as far postmodern and non-commercial as you can possibly be.
Well,
so that's the present philosophy.
And then we found out.
Never the two shall mix.
But then we found out that the people who really only rise to the top in academic music have the largest networks. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Doesn't it sound the same?
That's more of a network of,
well, the thing is the
alliances.
The alliances are different, and one is definitely more sustaining for an artist than the other. I want a support base of a real audience and not a
Yeah,
support base
exactly.
of
Yeah.
frenemies and
You know,
political allies.
and one person that
But
we need to have in our support base here is Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley.
Yeah.
Liza,
And you do.
we tried to do a stream on Sunday. We had technical
Yes.
issues on Liza's
Mhm.
channel, so this is her opportunity to do the interview she wanted to
Yeah.
do. But let's get Mike in here because he hasn't. Had a
yes,
chance to
Mike,
say anything yet.
please. I can with this topic. I can I can be a little chatty. So
We're going to
you
hear
can
some
jump in
music in
anytime.
just a minute,
Well,
but Mike,
yeah, that's all right. It's good. It's all good. I'm enjoying the conversation. So, yeah, and it's good
You're
to
just
learn
being
about
nice,
this. Who knows?
Mike.
Maybe I might want to enter next year. Who knows?
There you go.
You should. You should.
so yeah, Kevin, maybe just run that down because one of the things we are going to do is play two of Kevin's more recent songs. How about we talk about those because
Oh,
we
cool.
want people to hear things, and especially on the rewind also, we want people to
Absolutely.
hear things and then say, you know what, I like what Kevin's doing. Yeah, I don't mind being part of his fan base in that regard where you just basically vote
There's
for
the
him.
man.
We
Nice.
got
And-
Scott Hovitt in here. Yay!
Hey,
Welcome,
Scott.
Scott.
So I
What
think we
up,
should
brother?
have Kevin talk a little bit about these new songs, especially the CineSonic Philharmonic Orchestra.
Ah, yes, the CineSonic Philharmonic. I have been songwriting for most of my life. With my songwriting, I've always imagined an orchestra backing me. Whenever I wrote a song, my mind always went to orchestration, but I was never able to realize that until very, very, very recently, And so it's been interesting, getting into the digital formats and virtual instruments and everything. Finally, being able to put it together. And I thought, because of one of my biggest influences growing up was the Electric Light Orchestra. And so that was when I found my sweet spot where musically I still remember my older brother used to wake us up on the school days playing his rock and roll on the stereo in the living room. My room was right outside, was right next to the living room, so I'd wake up with this blast of music. And one day he put this group on that I'd never heard before. And as soon as they got into their, into the peak of what they're doing, I was like, this is fantastic. I actually went out and just sat in the living room. And it's like, oh, this is great. Who is this? And it was a ELO. And I've been a major fan ever since. But that's where my mind went musically. And not just with ELO, but with other pop musicians who incorporated orchestration, the Beatles, orchestration into the music and everything.
Nice.
And I've never made it realize that until quite recently. And I thought, well, I'm getting up in my years slowly, I'm in my 60s now. It's like I've never put out any type of album or anything. And I said, I'm going to do it this year.
Awesome.
So I had songs that I've been singing in festivals and stuff, cigar festivals and things that I've written over the years. And I'm like, I'm gonna put these things together the way I hear them in my head.
Nice.
And that's what I've been doing. And these two songs are the first two on an upcoming album, songs from the Bottleneck that I'm going to be releasing in probably the next few weeks, hopefully.
Awesome.
To get it out in time for the judges of this contest to listen to. And but yeah, finally got to put these things together and hear them the way that I'd imagined them. And the Bottleneck is one that I wrote specifically for the festivals. I opened up my sets with this song. And it was both. I imagine Dobro the Bottlenecker, and the soundtrack through the movie for that, it appearing on that. And so the Bottleneck is one of my favorite songs that I've written. I just love the way it moves, and I love the orchestration involved. So I hope everybody else does too.
I have so much to say
I'll have
about
to tell
the
you,
song.
though,
Yeah.
What I loaded up first was On the Highway.
Oh, okay.
Which is the other song. Would you like me to play the Bottleneck first?
Well, no, we can do On the Highway first. On the Highway was another song that I wrote pretty quickly. I wrote that on the way home from work one day, and I got in a traffic jam, and the words just came immediately to me. I didn't imagine any of the backing until much later, but I think I did the song once at a library concert that I did, and it got a good response. So
it's a fun song. It's a fun song.
Thanks. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a novelty song or just a fun song, but I hope you enjoy it.
All right, so let's play On the Highway. So, folks, this is maybe your first taste of Kevin M. Kraft, but I do have his website linked there so you can hear more. He does have a music page on his website, and these two songs are at the top. He has a YouTube channel as well, so you can check out more of his music afterwards. We encourage you to do so.
Someone's engine is ablaze and they're blocking the right lane, making driving such a pain on the highway. And the sun is beating down, it's reflecting from the ground, and I cannot go around on the highway. I got somewhere gotta go, cars jamming up in rows. How I'd love to miss the show on the highway. But the traffic's at a stop, we were moving, now we're not. People getting pretty hot here on the highway. Oh Lord, keep me near the cross on the highway. Oh Lord, you can fix it, you're the boss on the highway. In the Chevy just beyond, there's a livid little blonde, and she's yelling, come on the highway. And behind me I think someone's raising up a stink, cause they just spilled their drink on the highway. On the highway. Siren screaming, will it stop? Fire truck and then a cop, only adding to the plot on the highway. Shouldn't have had a cup of joe just an hour ago, cause I'm getting pretty full, pretty full. Oh Lord, keep me near the cross on the highway. Oh Lord, you can fix it, you're the boss on the highway. Oh Lord, is this ever gonna end on the highway? Oh Lord, you can lend a helping hand on the highway. Oh Lord, keep me near the cross on the highway. Oh Lord, you can fix it, you're the boss on the highway. Yeah, Lord, looks like the trouble's finally passed on the highway. Oh Lord. But my smile ain't gonna last, gotta think of something fast, cause they're gonna lose their cool, cause I just ran out of fuel on the highway.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Kevin, who's who's doing the orchestration part?
I'm doing the orchestration, and you see the cello behind me. So
Right.
I played some of the cello on that.
Wow. Okay.
Use virtual instruments for some of the other stuff. I played the slide guitars on it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and my daughter Talia provided the come on.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
Well, good job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So isn't it amazing what you can do in a DAW now?
Yeah,
So you are the
It really is.
CineSonic Philharmonic Orchestra.
I am the CineSonic Philharmonic.
Oh,
That's awesome. Hey, yay technology. I mean, in the past, you had to be rich or connected to have access. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh my God!
Now
right.
you have Kevin.
Well,
I didn't.
like,
I didn't know you played cello.
Well, just a bit, not much.
yeah,
I'm
I
familiar.
saw that in the background, but
Yeah, but
and some people, supplementing your music with, stuff in your DAW, I don't see a problem with. Like, I'm not a drummer, so I have to, use some stuff, and I try to keyboard generate it so I have some input on it. But yeah, I mean, it's not like you're doing it's all AI generated or something.
Right.
Oh,
you know,
no.
Exactly.
You're
You still have to make the music.
You are at the heart of it,
Yeah.
And you're putting that in my mind, you're putting that flavor to it.
Yeah.
If you will. That's how I kind of see
I'm
it.
writing every note. The score, I'm writing every note in the score.
Right,
So it's
right,
just,
exactly.
yeah.
Well,
But
and putting it all together is,
Yeah,
just
and
getting
Oh,
it
yeah.
all in the right
producing it.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of work, but I've really enjoyed it. The reason I got the idea for the CineSonic Philharmonic angle from Jeff Lynne, because he is ELO basically.
Oh
He
yeah,
absolutely. So you look on the albums, he does just about everything on the albums, but he still does the group,
Nice.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna get my own orchestra.
That's the only member I know the name of, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember him from the 70s and 80s and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And from the Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. So
I love the cover, man.
Thank you.
Kevin, when I learn to play my leg fiddle, I'm going to audition for your orchestra.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so you'll have leg fiddle sounds.
Yes, definitely. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, one of these days, we keep talking about it. One of these days, we got to send some stuff around.
Yes.
One of these days, I'm going to record something and send it to you guys and go, do something with it.
Add something. Oh, I'm up for that, Mike. I'm up for that.
That'd be great to
It's
collaborate.
hard to do live because you got delay, and
Yeah.
I don't know. We've talked about trying it sometime, but yeah, it would be really cool to do a collaborative thing, and then maybe do a video. And
it would. That would be cool.
No, we can definitely do that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in any case, anybody else have one more question as I get the other video ready?
Well, I can't wait for I forgot the title of the primary song, the big song.
The Bottleneck, which is
the album name, The Bottleneck. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna wait for the audience to hear it because I have so much to say about this composition. I love it, by the way.
Well, I think what we also might want to say is like the album is called Songs from the Bottleneck, right?
Right.
And so we heard On the Highway, and now we're going to hear The Bottleneck.
Do we have a release date on the album yet?
Do we have what?
Do we have a release date on the album yet?
I should have that after the weekend. I think I'm going to try to settle on because I'm still finishing up the song, trying to get the songs finished up in a hurry. So if I can get them done by next week, then it'll be released within the probably the next couple weeks.
There you go. Well, you don't want to hurry.
No, I'm trying to be good at it.
You put a kind of lifetime into this.
Yeah.
I've often found that a lot of artists, the first album is often the best one because it's, their whole lifetime leading up to this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if they get big, they get a contract. Now they gotta write songs. And it's kind of
no, stay indie. Stay indie.
Stay indie. I plan to stay indie. So.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't even make sense to get signed these days. They'll only sign you if you already have an audience. So what's the point?
Right.
They're not going to spend money on you unless they.
Yeah, because let's face it, like unless it's, the big labels have a completely different agenda, and everything else, independent labels, they need the artists more so than the artists need them in so many ways.
Well, Kevin, let me tell you about a buddy of mine that I met back in the mid 90s or so. He's very, very well known. I met him when he put his first CD out in Ohio. His name's Douglas Bluefeather. He plays Native American flute.
Oh, okay.
And he actually, there is an award thing called the NAMMYs, Native American Music Awards.
Nice.
He actually won it for independent artist on that first CD. And I remember talking to him, and I said, and he went to the award ceremony. I said, Doug, did you get any, offers from, record labels or guys to manage you? And he said, yeah, I got a few. He goes, basically, he recorded it in his basement. He had a friend that mastered it. He had a company that put it out. And he said, cost me like $5. I sell them for 10 to friends. And he goes, why would I want to give somebody 10%? So he, to this day, and he probably has 24 CDs at least out by now. he's independent. So,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
he's done quite
Awesome.
well. He does the powwow circuit and different like new age
Yeah.
shows and different stuff. But
Okay.
anyway, yeah.
Very good.
Well, here we go. We have the bottleneck ready
Bottleneck.
to go.
The model.
And so, yeah, I saved this one for a second because I think,
Wait, you have On the Highway loaded up.
oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what
Oops.
it says.
Don't tell me I have two on the highways and one of them. Hold on. I'm unsharing. Oh, wait a minute. It made it a new tab and I shared the wrong tab. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
We're okay. Don't all run for the hills. I just have to share that tab instead of the. Okay.
Glad to
Now
have you
it's
here,
showing me.
Scott.
It's showing me two on the highway, and this is the bottleneck. There we go. All right.
Here we go.
There we go.
I've had the feeling that I'm never where I should have been, and the sensation that I'm not where I should be. I pray the Father, Son, and Spirit come and save me, 'cause it's too crowded and I know it's not just me. This is the bottleneck, it's true. Wonder how long before I'm through. Let me be a light, let me be a candle in this dark world. Reminding everyone of everything you said. Dropping weight to run the race is heavy, but it's alright. No matter what lies behind, my best days lay ahead. This is the bottleneck, it's true. Wonder how long before I'm through. This is the bottleneck, yes it is. It's all of my days, weeks, months, and years. Alright, this is it, this is it. I may not be first, but I'll get through. With you.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Where's
Thank
my
you.
big fighter? Encore.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Nice slide work in that. I love the intro.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks.
Get you right into the song.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, it was important for me with I thought when I first wrote the score, I actually had just like the bass do the intro, do, and I thought, no. I got to have the cigar box guitar in front.
Yes.
So I started, I got rid of the bass, then I really got to put the cigar box guitar in front.
Yes.
I thought that's just great to hear it. Open it up like
And
that.
people, you can't underscore intros, man. I don't know how many times, man, a good intro just puts you right in the song.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, look how many people play Smoke on the Water. Good
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
It's still the Guitar Center number one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. But one cool thing about the that riff, the intro and everything that goes through the entire song, like a lot of my songs that I play, that started out as an exercise with the cigar box guitar, because I wanted to make sure that I got got my ear, I want to train my ear, and I also wanted to make sure that I got my technique where I was hitting the notes where I wanted to, instead of your intonation is really important, and so but I started playing that just to kind of get myself, used to making these jumps and everything, and I just thought, that sounds. When I got so I could play it, I was like, that sounds kind of cool. Dun, 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 dun,
It does sound cool.
How many times I've heard that in an interview? It's just amazing how many times, it was an exercise or just something I was fooling around to warm up or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and then when the piano doubles it,
later, it became a song.
Wow. It just became like, oh my gosh, when the piano doubles it, there's something about the dirty with the piano grumbly like bass note combination, Kevin, that's really, really energizing. I love it.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
I have to ask you, were you inspired by Peter Gabriel vocals in this song? Did his production style kind of rub off on you here? I love Peter Gabriel, by the way. I like
Not really. I actually, when I was started to record the song, I had thought that I sounded like, what's the guy? Who's the lead singer in Foreigner? I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, damn! I can't either. I know who you're talking about.
I can't think
Graham?
of it. It's that
Graham.
Something Graham. I think
It's
something. Luke Graham. But when I was singing it, I was like, we have almost a similar timbre to our voice, and so I thought, I wonder if I can get the Foreigner sound, with the song.
There you go.
So, but I when you talk about Peter Gabriel, I thought I didn't think about that, but I can see why you would.
I didn't either, but now that she said it,
now that I mentioned
I get where she's getting.
I get where you, So
I love his vocal stylings, by the way, and also the density of the composition. Also, it's reminiscent of stuff on So, like if it's his albums outside of Genesis.
Yes,
which I like.
Yeah, I love Gabriel. Yeah, I love Gabriel solo stuff. I do. It's great.
Yeah, I get the reference, and I see the little bit of the ELO influence there as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we're all influenced by stuff. So it's cool.
There's nothing wrong to have influences or reference stuff in your music. Lawrence, we can't hear you.
I know. I just wanted to throw in that Lou Graham was the for Foreigner.
Yes, Lou Graham.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know. It just sounded a little.
Lawrence, thank you for backing me up, buddy.
It just sounded a little uncertain, so I thought I'd just confirm.
Well, that's what we have Lawrence for. He's like our unofficial Gemini.
I am the AI.
He's the AI of the earworms.
Entry and output. But one thing that now folks have heard from Kevin, I mean, if you'd like to help support him in this contest, there's something we do need you to do.
Yes.
Please.
You need to have a little like subliminal, vote.
Yes.
No. This is the mission of the live stream, folks. Let's get him placed in this competition.
Yep.
Let's push him over
now,
the
remember,
edge.
this is about rallying a fan base and showing that, the artists can get their fans and audience members to vote for them. So just because you're not hearing music or, you don't know who the other artists are and stuff, that's not what this competition, this stage of the competition is about. It's about just saying, let's see how many people can get their fans to come and vote daily. One vote per device, and they do make sure that nobody is cheating with bots. I do have the link pinned to the top of the chat, but I just popped it in again. And I think what I'm going to do is share it, and I'll just show people, like if you're using a computer, a good way of doing this. Let me see, share screen, and
Oh
I'm going to
yeah,
go to
that is definitely valuable. Yeah.
Yes.
international singer songwriter. This is what you're going to come to. Does everyone see the web page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what you're going to come to my web page should spread across a very broad monitor here. All of a sudden, hold on, my
Oh, okay.
upper
There we go.
monitor.
There we
Let
go.
me make it. There we go. That's more like regular.
Yeah,
viewing.
there you go. That's
All
better.
right. So here we go. Down here at the bottom. Now, if you're in the U.S., there is USA nominees here, and then international nominees here. But Kevin's a USA nominee,
Mm-hmm.
and people from around the world are allowed to vote for USA nominees, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just a distinction of artists,
Right.
not where you're from as a voter.
That's
Correct.
good because Earworms is international. We are.
That's
Yeah,
great.
we are.
That's great.
Yeah. Now we
A
do
lot of
have
got a lot of them Brits.
the Brits and let's see here. Now this is the way I do it since there's a lot of names and stuff. I use the find button. I don't know if you guys can see that my find window came up with Control F. Oh, it was already there. Kraft. It was there
Control
from
F.
last time.
I was gonna say there's not a window in there. You did Control F.
I did Control F. I guess you guys
Aha.
can't see it.
Aha.
But
Yeah,
in any case, Control F in most browsers is a shortcut for find. And then there's arrow keys to go every time the word Kraft with a K comes up. So I can vote for Kevin Kraft there. And then I hit my down button to go to the next Kevin Kraft. And let me see where that is. There's Kevin Holt. Oh, no, that is a deceiver. He's not the real thing. Okay. All right. So there we see. That's a way to do it if you're on computer. If you're on a device, you just got to scroll down. Fortunately, they're in alphabetical order, it looks like. And then you hit next because this is just category 1. So here they want to see if a fan base can rally to vote for, what are we voting for here specifically, other than just saying this is we're fans of this artist. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of panels here, and I thought each one was a different category, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you would think if they're just saying who has the larger fan base, it wouldn't be categorized like this because pretty much you're voting for who you want.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but yeah, that's.
I'm not sure about the logic behind that, but
Well, I mean, these
whatever works.
competitions are just trying to do things the way they do. But yeah, basically, you do it that way, and basically, I can continue this later. But that's probably, my recommendation is to use that find button if you're on a computer. Now, you can vote every day, once a day, up until when is that?
April 30th.
Yeah.
April 30th, the end of the month.
End
So we're
of the
getting
month.
there.
Mm-hmm.
So
are.
hopefully we're going to get a final surge here for Kevin. Now, there's no way of knowing where people are at, right?
Right. Yep. No idea.
Yep. So
Hey,
I'll
DJ
continue-
Play Nice.
I'll continue this
Hey.
later, folks, because I don't think the stream should be watching me going through a website.
Well, Kevin, let me ask you a question here, because obviously you're playing some slide blues kind of stuff. What were some of your blues influences?
Wow. I would say Hound Dog Taylor.
Yeah.
One of my firsts. I gotta get a CD out. I love that disc, but I haven't played it for a long time. Dwayne Allman.
Good.
I cut my teeth on Dwayne Allman, believe it or not, because I said, man, if I'm going to play like anybody, it's going to be like him. So it's really difficult. I can still play Statesboro Blues. I work up a sweat and I kill myself doing it, but I can still this thing.
Well,
Bonnie
that's
Raitt,
some heavy stuff there.
yeah, it was. Bonnie Raitt's another one who was a really big influence.
Good choice.
Joe Walsh was another one as well. So those are my main influences as far as slide guitar goes. So.
Oh, Lonnie, so who is the artist that did the song that we opened with? I forget the name. But
You've Got to Move, Mississippi, Fred McDowell. Yes.
He's really,
Oh,
he's good.
man.
He's great.
Yeah, some of them old time. Yeah.
Really old. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, in fact,
Classic.
Didn't Gallia Volt also do
John
that
Lee
song?
Hooker.
Yeah. Every cigar box guitar player has played "You Got to Move." It was the first song I learned on the cigar box guitar.
Yeah.
You have to do "You've Got to Move."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my main influences. So.
Cool. All good.
So, how many songs are going to be on the album?
7 for sure. I thought about putting 10 on, but I'm not sure if that's feasible at this time. I may save the last 3 for the next album, but definitely 7. So
Well, it's a different era. I mean, is it going to be on physical media or is it digital? Because in digital, it doesn't really matter anymore how many songs are on the album because people, usually get it all in one shot, or they get the singles or things like that. But
true, yeah. Well,
you could have
make something
120
for the box
songs
set
and
later.
it wouldn't matter.
Scott Hovitt voted for Kevin.
20th anniversary box set.
Yeah, really. That's coming up.
Isn't that the big
That's coming
thing
up as well.
they do now? They put out an anniversary and then throw, 1 or 2
One or
songs
2 bonus songs, bonus songs in
just
there.
to get people to buy it, even though they may already have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bonus tracks, the ones that we didn't include on the album originally, because we didn't think they were good enough.
Yeah, that's the killer. Yeah, they're usually not the greatest. Every now and then.
Yeah.
Lawrence, I just want to acknowledge that Scott Hovitt submitted a vote for
That's
Kevin.
great. Yeah, I finished mine too.
I have to do mine on a second device.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it.
But that's it. It's 1 vote per day per device.
Good
So,
advice. Yeah.
so it's different, but this is the new era. This is this is how we do things these days. But I guess also this Singer-Songwriter Association is just looking for who's, getting an audience excited enough that they're willing to do that.
Yep.
That each day they're willing to cast their vote and scroll down through the website, look for the names and everything. And I guess that's how they're doing it,
Well, think of it this way. You have to do this anyway for yourself.
You got to get people on mailing lists. And you
yes. And something else you could try if even the big dudes have a hard time selling their music. You could always produce a YouTube album and put it on a playlist and then have merch attached to that. Every song links to a t-shirt you designed, something something that you think your audience would like, and that could help. I find that Lawrence, well, you just only recently started your bonfire.
Yes.
Except for when I find that if it isn't a live event, it's hard to sell things when you're not at a live event. Actually, Lawrence sold a few of his albums when we did put together
Kraft
our
Markets.
first. Yeah. No, not Kraft Market.
We did at Kraft Markets.
We produced a concert at a church on campus. We went all out with the stage effects, with the technology that we had. We produced an event. The event was free, but Lawrence did sell some albums, and I did sell some merch. And so it's hard. It's hard to get get sales when you're not at a live event. But I think when you build
Yeah.
a large enough base, online merch can help better than trying to sell the media itself. If that makes
I would
you
say, just so our audience knows, the reason why we are thinking about these things and merch and stuff like that is mostly because this day and age, that's the only way for an artist to really earn anything for their time and their work. Because
Mhm.
music, if you think about it anymore, most people just subscribe to something, whether it's YouTube Music or Spotify or one of those things. They subscribe to something to have access to all the music in the universe.
Mhm.
Um, Unlimited each month. And so obviously, artists that are independent and so forth may get, you're going to get so many plays per month and stuff, but the payment for those plays is like point zero 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 zero
Yeah.
zero 1 cent.
Right.
It's like less than a cent by a number of zeros. And
Mhm.
so the thing is, it's like, okay, well, how, if people are digging my music and are willing to help support me, what can I do so that I give them something in addition to the music, and then they help support me so I can keep doing this? And
Mhm.
that's why we look to merch. It's not like we all think we're the Rolling Stones with a keychain. It's just, we're doing whatever we can to say, I'd like to keep doing this as much as I can as
yeah,
my
we wanted
main thing in life, and we
yes,
just need to earn something to do it.
exactly.
So we're not busy at some other job that takes us away from what we really love to do.
Right.
Right. It's not at all selling out. And for indie artists such as ourselves, where it's at, it's live performances and it's merch. And there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that, folks.
Yeah.
And
And so it's like one of those things where, it people say, well, I do need to wear clothing, so it'd be nice to have a new T-shirt. Might as well have one with Kevin M. Kraft in his hat right on
There
the
you go.
cover there.
There you go.
yes.
There you go.
No,
But
no.
anyway, let's also talk about. I mean, is there anything you want to say about this upcoming album? We've been asking some questions,
Sure.
but there might be some things you want to say about,
Well,
what's coming
um,
up in Songs from the Bottleneck.
yeah, a lot of the songs were inspired by my book series, Dobro the Bottlenecker.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where it has a direct correlation with the books and the character and the overarching themes that were represented in the book series. So that's where a lot of the bottlenecker itself was directly inspired by that. So yeah, so that a lot of the songs are inspired by Dobro. Um, and you'll see that with even more with some of the songs that have yet to be released. Some of them you've actually featured on past interviews. "The Love of the Father," for
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
That's definitely a Dobro song. But I wanted to have an album that kind of reflected some of the overarching themes that I found there. Themes of faith, themes of perseverance, overcoming adversity. And I find and it was easy to do because there are themes that I have uh, embraced in my own life. Dobro and I are alter. It's like my alter ego in a lot of ways, and I dug inside myself to create Dobro. And so a lot of the I've myself have seen adversity and have had my faith strengthened and been strengthened physically and mentally, just going through stuff to be able to speak to these themes, to these that are presented in both the book and now in the music. So that's kind of why I kind of want to make a draw direct correlation. It was almost going to be like a soundtrack to the book in a way,
Uh-huh. No,
but
that's
not
cool.
quite. Not quite. I thought there's like On the Highway. It doesn't have much to do with Dobro, but it's definitely something that I experienced my own life and just kind of drew from that. There's
Yeah,
going
because if you know Dobro, the character, he wouldn't be driving too much, would
no, no, you wouldn't. The first half of the album is going to be those types of songs that have to do mostly my personal take on life and the themes like that. And then there's going to be how I'm calling kind of the Dobro suite, which is going to include, I think, 3 or 4 songs that are directly,
It sounds like you're preparing a Dobro musical.
And that is in the works. I've actually begun. We talked about this last time.
Yes.
I've actually begun researching and figuring out how I'm going to do that. So that is something I'm going to be working on harder once I get this album done and everything, and the contest or whatever.
Contest is out of the way. Do we see a GoFundMe, or will we be seeing a GoFundMe in the works? Maybe.
I'm thinking about how to go about doing this. So that's definitely something that I'm considering. But Dobro musical is definitely something that I want to see.
Well, people can start with the books, and I did drop a link in the chat to Dobro the Bottlenecker on Amazon. We have Kindle, Audiobook, and Paperback as an option here. The Kindle, is this a mistake or is it truly free?
That's a good question. I don't have much control over that. So
yeah, it says 0.00, but then it says $3.99 to buy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Kindle
you have
Unlimited.
to get it.
If you're a member of Kindle Unlimited, you don't need to buy it. But if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's $3.99.
$3.99,
yeah. And then we do have Audiobook, which I did purchase before. It's worth it for me to just listen to some human being read it to you as opposed to text.
I love it. Yeah.
And then there's Paperback.
Yep. And that's book 1. There are 3 currently published. Number 4 is going to be coming out in the very, very near future, probably next couple of months. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have the links for the other 2 in the description, folks. So anyway, I mean, when composing music now, and you have the characters somewhat in mind, I mean, what are some of the themes? I mean, you mentioned that there are some themes, and you listed them. But maybe you could say a little bit more about that, like overcoming adversity. One thing is Dobro, as a character, is blind, right? And,
yes.
And that's one thing he needs to overcome. And what exactly is his profession again? I know it has something to do almost with martial arts because.
He starts out, at the beginning he's a driver for the person who becomes his arch villain eventually. He's working for this Japanese businessman. He's an international businessman, but he's Japanese. And while he's working for him, he discovers that his boss is pretty corrupt. He's done some pretty bad things. Dave Granger, who becomes Dobro, Dave Granger is approached by the FBI to try and nab this guy, or at least get him brought up on some sort of charges so that he can be get him out of the country. He's actually killed an FBI agent who was undercover in his group. So that they enlist David to speak at a hearing about this. But before he can do so, Takuma, his boss, tries to kill him and almost succeeds, which is how Dobro becomes blind. Dobro basically loses his entire world at that point. But he survives. He survives the attack and is spirited away to South Korea by the agent who was in charge of this case. He's like, there's nothing. There's going to be no trial now. There's not going to be no hearing because everything is just gone to crap. And so he thinks the least I can do is save David. So he spirits him away to South Korea. John, the agent, is Korean himself. That's why he does that. And he figures nobody's going to find him there. And that's where David lives out 7 years of his life in a sort of exile. But he's in a family that is headed by the patriarch, who's a martial arts master. And he teaches Dave survival skills and stuff. And 7 is, of course, it's an advised number. It's the day of completion, biblically speaking. And so at the end of 7 years, his real life begins. But I don't want to go into too much of the story.
Yeah,
But,
you need to read it, folks. But
yeah.
but it is a story of overcoming odds and adversity,
Mm-hmm.
and
and also, and also I can say, personally, it's like as I grow older, and as I myself have encountered, excuse me, some physical challenges and emotional challenges and everything. It has impressed upon me the importance of having a strong spiritual foundation. And how much I need the Lord to just get up in the morning.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. It seems like every day there's like, so this is what getting older is. Okay.
Yeah.
It's something else today is not quite right.
Yeah, and when this really came together, what I really drew from was my years, because I spent half my life as an insomniac. I could not sleep, and that was, and I don't mean that I only slept 4 hours instead of 8. I mean, there were times where I did not sleep at all for days on end, to the point where it became debilitating, and I couldn't work or anything, and those were such difficult years. And but it was during that time where I was like, I couldn't do anything. I could barely think. It was an awful time. The thing that didn't leave me, the two things that didn't leave me were songwriting and writing fiction. I couldn't do much else, else. I was like a slug the rest of the time, just sitting around. I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't move. But for somehow writing books and writing music, still, I guess I was gifted to do it because I could do it when I didn't have strength to do anything else, and so but it was at that time where I really got in touch with. I was like, Lord, I need you, because I don't know how this is going to end up. I'm either going to die from this, or I'm going to wind up in an insane asylum, because it's just I wasn't sleeping. It was awful. But it was through that experience that I really found my strength, and it was, it's like the Bible says, all things work together for good, for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. And I guess I'm called because everything worked out. I'm stronger. I came out of it stronger than ever. My faith was stronger than ever. Physically, I was stronger than ever, because I really had to learn how to move in that, and to live life in that, and I just trusted on God to carry me through all that, and he did, and I'm still here. I survived it. And so that's what I reached back, was into those days, and thought, in Dobro's case, I can see him at his greatest depth of weakness. That's where he probably wrote a lot of his songs, such as The Love of the Father, such as To Know You, to know you is to love you. These intimate, spiritually deep songs that I imagine Dobro might have written if he were me, and there are other songs too that you'll hear that are just like, these are songs Dobro could have written. I wrote them myself, but Dobro himself could have written them himself. He could have written them, and so that's kind of how the album came about. It's just looking at life through the lens of all that and where I am now, and thanking God that, hey, this. My best days are ahead of me, so, yeah. I don't know if I answered your question or not, but that's my long-winded expouse.
I heard, no, it's great. I think, I heard Mike trying to say something there.
I said overcoming adversity.
Exactly.
That's the key.
That's the key.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm having trouble getting the screen to look right. I'm trying to get Kevin big.
You obviously did something right. I mean, there is the old saying, God helps those who help themselves. So, or faith without works is dead, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you had to do something. Yeah. And, I've had sleep issues my whole life too, so I can relate.
You can relate, yeah. Yep.
that and eczema, which
wow.
relates to my sleep issues.
Mhm.
So,
I
and
see.
yeah, there's times people don't realize, they just stop scratching, or you got to force yourself to go to sleep. It's like, what the heck are you talking about?
Oh man,
They don't get it.
No.
Yeah, they just don't understand. They
And
understand.
it seems like a small thing, and I tell myself, well, I'm glad I don't have terminal cancer,
Yeah,
it's still it's an adversity that you have to deal
it's
with.
still, it's everybody has something that they have to deal with. I'm looking in the background. I got Godzilla on a sign in the back.
Yeah.
He's up there. I'm a big Godzilla fan, and one of the reasons I am is because of what we're talking about. Godzilla was created in the shadow of the atomic bomb being dropped on Japan, and they were able. The creators of Godzilla were able to take something as devastating as a nuclear holocaust on their country, and turn it into something that is still being made today. Godzilla is still being made today. They turned something awful into gold, and I always appreciate that about Godzilla from the very beginning. It's like that's why it's like, man, it's just that whole. Despite what happened, they were to take something horrible and turn it into something profitable.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I was listening to some Godzilla stuff last night. Supposedly that, what was it, Godzilla -1? The follow-up to that is coming up soon.
Coming out in November, I think.
Okay.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's cool. And the Godzilla roar, like the sound he makes, it's interesting to study that because that was a lot of recording different sounds, like a old metal gate, and recording just various other things and then layering them together just right, which is something that for me is pretty cool. But
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and to make a sound like that, a conglomerate sound like that, it's like, wow.
Yeah. I've studied Godzilla. I hope to be doing actually at the Japanese festival this year. I'm hoping to do a seminar about Godzilla this year. I'm hoping. I got my bid in. But I love studying the sound design, and what they did with Godzilla was great. Not just with its roar, but even with the score. The composer didn't see any of the film before he just wrote the music to it. But but everybody was amazed at how well the music fit with
serendipity
with the film, despite the fact that he never saw the movie before. And he said he was really pleased and surprised that it all fit very, very well. So, yeah,
incredible.
And it's a great soundtrack. It's a great score.
Yeah, that is amazing. Write a soundtrack and not see the movie.
Yeah, he wrote it in a week, I think, and didn't even see the movie.
I think that's what happened in Lady Hawk, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because the score to that film didn't work there.
I'm sorry that keeps coming up.
Yeah.
That was a movie we explored once, and it's a good movie, but the score was
a bad score.
Really?
Yeah,
and it was Alan Parsons was one of the
the producer
Alan
of it.
Parsons, man.
But it was like it was made in the early '80s, but it's like medieval fantasy sort of theme. That's the story. Right. But they decided to take the early '80s music and use that as the score.
Yeah.
And so it sounded kind of like some sort of cop TV show music on a fantasy film, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, music wasn't appropriate to the.
Yeah, it didn't work, which is sad because his first album was that he did was the Edgar Allan Poe. That worked really well. He did a great job with that.
Yeah, he definitely had the imagination, but he wasn't really the composer. I forget the name of the guy.
But Liza may be onto something. He may have wrote that and just said, "Well, here's a bunch of songs. Use them."
Yeah.
I suspect that's what happened. Or
I think you're onto something there. I think you're spot on.
So this Japanese festival, Kevin, where is this happening? In Kansas City?
Yeah, it's in Kansas City. Well, it's in Overland Park, which is near Kansas City.
Okay.
On Johnson County Community College campus. Yeah, every year. Yeah, my daughter and I go every year together. It's like a tradition now. So
That's super cool.
So where are you at, Kevin?
I'm in Kansas City, Missouri.
So you're in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I visited Kansas City just one time for a music festival I was performing in at the community college.
Oh wow!
Is this the school where it's taking place? The Kansas Community College?
It's the Johnson County Community College is where.
Okay.
Where on campus.
Yeah. And I visited the big plaza with all the fountains and the Jazz and Blues Museum.
Yep.
Yep. And
mm-hmm.
yeah, I need an excuse to go back to the Midwest.
That'd be great. How long ago was it that you were here?
Oh, I had just started graduate school. Man, was it gosh, Kevin, 2005? It was a while back. It was a while back, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was a nice experience. It was I think it was the first time. No, I lied. The second time I've left Florida.
Oh, okay.
First time I left Florida, it was on a work trip with my dad to see California, Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second trip out of Florida was to Kansas City, Kansas. And it was, man, and it was kind of like not a culture shock, but like a foliage shock or a weather shock. It is so different from Florida. And the architecture and it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Well, you're welcome back here anytime.
Oh my gosh, Kevin.
I've driven around it on my way to Colorado.
Oh yeah, you would have passed over it or through it or something. Yeah.
But it was one of the major meccas.
I still talk about Kansas. The state Kansas was the longest dang drive you could ever do. 7 hours of. The first time you see sunflowers, you think, "Wow, that's really cool." And all this sea of yellow.
Yeah.
After several hours of it, you're like, "Okay, I think I saw Kansas."
Oh. Well, there's one important reason to visit Kansas. Well, at least when Kevin was producing the Cigar Box Guitar Festival there, and so is somebody else still maintaining that?
No, unfortunately, I feel bad. The person I handed it off to, I thought was going to carry it on, and she did it one year and then dropped it. And I'm like, drop my baby, Yeah, that was sad. I still play with the idea of doing it again, but I don't know.
It's a lot of work.
It is. Yeah. It is a lot of work.
I can imagine, and especially if you don't have help or volunteers or if you don't own a venue, it can be it can be very tough and expensive.
Yeah, but we did it for 3 years, and it was a huge hit. I mean, it was one of the biggest events of the year.
Of course, in Kansas City, I mean, you're in the heart of the history of the cigar box guitar. Yes, and I'm so sad that as Lauren says, in the Mecca of blues, there is no more festival. But
how many years did you do it?
3 years.
Wow, solo.
Yeah,
that is an accomplishment.
It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Buddy, I told you about in Ohio does and I think this last year may have been the last. He does a Native American blues festival up there, and it ain't easy. It costs a lot of money to put it on. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
kudos.
But we had a lot of volunteers, a lot of help. It didn't cost us too much to do it. Because everybody was donating their time and stuff, So, but yeah, no, it was a big event. We had people from all over the place, different states, up north and out east, out west. I was amazed. I was amazed at the turnout that we had.
We're a growing community, and if it
Mhm.
was still going, I'd find a way to get there.
I know you would. I know you
Well,
would.
we got to get you winning, so you could be. You have to come to Atlanta, and we'll meet you there.
That would be great. I hope that's the case. I
We
hope
got
that's
it.
the case, man.
So vote. People vote. So have an excuse to go to Atlanta and meet Kevin in person.
I hope to get out there. I really do. I think that'd be great.
That
So,
would be great.
When is that happening?
If he wins, Mike,
yeah.
he will be invited to a big showcase, I think.
Yeah, it's the award show. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember what month that takes place. I want to say August or September. I forget. I have to go to the site and look.
Are they going to stream it on YouTube or on any social?
I think they do. I think they do. Yeah.
That'd be
Hey,
cool.
Anna, welcome. Welcome, Anna Nielsen. Yes.
Yeah.
You have a viewer in
tonight,
Japan.
Anna, we're doing some music.
Kevin.
This is Kevin M. Kraft, singer-songwriter.
Yes. Very talented, multi-talented Renaissance man.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, and talk about a connection there. Anna is currently in Japan. She is.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's doing dissertation research at the same time as working and teaching in a lab.
Nice.
In Japan, and so.
Very good.
We were just talking about the Japanese, was it Culture Day in Kansas
Yeah,
City?
the Japanese festival we have every year.
Yeah, it seems to be an inspiration for you in your books, or at least in Dobro, though it was Korea.
Yeah, most of the
right?
action takes place in Korea. Yeah, it was going to take place. I was going to use Japan to a greater extent, but then I thought, well, everybody uses Japan in these types of action
popular.
And so I thought,
I'm sorry.
I went moved to South Korea because I had an interest in Korea. Anyway, so I thought let's give me a chance to do some research on South Korea. So, yeah.
Korea, and from what I understood from the little I know of the history of the martial art I used to do, Taekwondo and Japanese martial arts Taekwondo is Japanese martial arts, which is a Korean martial art. Mm-hmm. It's a very hard movement. Mm-hmm. And so, it's so it's basically, from what martial art did you study?
I actually studied it's an elite group similar to the Japanese ninja called the Sulsa warrior. Okay. And I didn't even know anything about them until I started studying Japanese martial arts, and I somehow stumbled across this elite fighting force. They were similar to the ninja with more honor, though. They were experts in espionage and infiltration. Obviously, hand to hand and weapons training, much like the ninja. But and I thought that's a problem. I never heard about that. I don't think anybody had. So I included that whole angle. So Dobro learns the art of the Sulsa warrior and everything.
Very cool. I mean, this musical, if it ever gets produced, is going to be a choreography feast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I think it really will. I have it in my head what I want to see and what needs to happen. So hopefully I can bring it to fruition. But I think it'll be a memorable musical.
When you're ready to launch that GoFundMe, you let us know so that we can let everybody else know. And
we'll do.
Things going. Thank you for voting, Anna. That is much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
But so what drove you to write the story of Dobro? I know we're going back to Dobro here, but it seems like the wellspring for where a lot of the music comes from.
Yeah, no problem.
I know it's like kind of like a parallel for your life, but I guess that choice of having him go to Korea might have had some roots in your life. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I always loved. I loved shamar movies. I love Japanese, action pictures and samurai movies. Love Zatoichi, the blind swordsman.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah. And so I thought, well, what would be my take on Zatoichi, or something similar to that. I also grew up on there was a TV series called Longstreet that I liked too, which was about a blind. It was a kind of a crime drama about a blind. I think it's a lawyer or district attorney or something like that. And I remember that series being on and always being fascinated by visually impaired protagonists. And that, to me, there'd be nothing more horrifying than for me to lose my sight, because I'm such a visually oriented person that I can't even imagine that. So I said, okay, I'm going to write a story. What's the worst thing I could think that would happen, to me? And that would be losing my sight. So that's where the visual impairment came from. I even went around for a time with a blindfold on and tried to go long as I could throughout the day without seeing anything.
Gosh.
Wow.
And it was just got to get into character, And
Wow.
and I thought, man, that is terrifying to me, So there's that. The martial arts, I've always had a fascination for martial arts. I think ever since Billy Jack, actually. If you're familiar with that movie, back from 1973, I think. But that was one of the first movies to feature martial arts realistically, and that was Hapkido, was featured in that. Bong Soo-han did the stunt choreography, and so when I learned about that movie, I started studying Bong Soo-han, which led me to studying about Korean culture and martial arts, and all different martial arts, including Hapkido and Taekwondo and Tang Sudo,
Hapkido.
and the Susa Warriors, So so it all kind of inspires one thing after another. And I just, so that's where Dobro comes from. Springs from all those interests. Of course, the cigar box guitar, was the coup de grace to the entire thing. It's like, okay, he's got to play guitar. He's got to be a blues player, a street player, got to be a guitarist, and thing, and a songwriter. And so a lot of me it goes into Dobro, because I wanted Dobro to be somebody that I could actually identify with and speak into his character. Like, how would I respond if I went through what Dobro went through, basically? And he's very much like an alter ego to me.
But that's what a great artist does. They pour themselves completely into their art, and you find that every interest that you have just becomes a part of your music, a part of your everything. And Kevin, you're a multifaceted artist. That means you're an honest artist. You go where creativity is taking you at the moment, and you're not saying, well, I'm a musician. Should I really be doing martial arts and spending time doing this or writing books and stuff? And there's always that pressure. It's like, no, master one art and then become
bullshit.
No. Inspiration is where the real best quality work comes from. Inspiration. The people who say that inspiration is for amateurs, and I've heard that saying from a few teachers.
I'm looking at your YouTube channel.
Don't listen to them.
I went to the videos page, and you have like here a description of how Dobro, what his fighting stance is and everything. And then there's like how to build cigar box guitar videos.
Awesome.
It says build a one-string diddly bow. And then, and then there's some advice on writing and everything. I mean, you are a Renaissance man.
Yes.
And, I think doing a musical would really bring so much of it together.
This man was born to put together a Gesamtkunstwerk, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. What Wagner said, a complete art form. He was built for that. And I know it's going to happen.
Thank you. I hope so. I do see things just coming to a point. All my interests are coming to a point, a focus point where it's all coming together. So I'm really hoping that all the musical comes together, and wow.
And hopefully you'll be able to work Godzilla into the Dobro universe.
Yeah, I hope so.
Awesome. Gavin, is that correct? Was Elvis a martial artist?
Yes, he was.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember which art it was. I'm trying to remember if it was Kempo or something else, Shotokan or Kempo. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, he was a karateka.
Incredible.
Mhm.
I learn something every day. Every time we stream on Earworms, I learn something.
Yeah. But even Dobro's clothes, I dress a lot like him. I wear the hats, and stuff. I thought I'm gonna really put myself in it. I've been wearing those hats since high school,
Hey, it's your look, and you look good in it. It looks cool.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So
Enpo and Shotokan.
Shotokan, yeah.
wow.
Shotokan, yes.
Yeah.
I am not good at any kind of imitation of a Japanese accent. Forgive me, Anna, there. But there we go, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about when I interrupted so rudely? I just like to do
I don't remember.
fact
No, I
finding
think you're talking
anytime
about
there's
how I come to write Dobro and everything, the inspiration behind them.
But also, your most recent writing has been River Horse, right?
The screenplay, yeah, River Horse, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to say about River Horse? Because I think some of the people in the chat right now are new to you. They weren't here the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, screenplay is a River Horse is a screenplay that I wrote. I wrote it some time ago. I've always wanted to see it become a motion picture. It's a real killer hippo story, but it also has a very significant faith aspect to it that I think is really interesting. It actually talks about some of the fact that a lot of the trauma that we feel or that we experience, like what causes that, in some ways, a lot of people, think that it's always, something like a physical or, I guess a psychiatric thing. And I'd always wonder, I've always been fascinated by the spiritual questions that surround that, people of faith often, struggle with, mental health issues, including trauma, or be it something that happened to them or something that happened to someone they loved, and so I've always been kind of fascinated with those questions, because it's very easy for people to often, judge people who deal with psychiatric or psychological challenges, and say, oh, well, they should be stronger than that. They should be over that. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't, and I think that's it's so unfair, But
it's struggles that make us embark on that journey inward to find God.
Mm-hmm.
When you go inward to find yourself, you are also on a journey to find God.
Yes, indeed. But River Horse was interesting because it's one of the things that's always fascinated me, aside from some of the psychological things that are discussed in the story, is the whole killer creature thing. What makes this interesting to me is the question of spiritual forces, demons, for example. Because there's the case in the Bible where the herd of swine thing, where Jesus orders a demon to go into the herd of swine, and then they throw themselves off the cliff and everything. And I've always wondered what happened to those demons after the swine were killed. And so that started me thinking about animals. And it's like is it possible for a demon to inhabit an animal? You hear about a killer killer creature films and stuff like that. Well, what if I added the whole demonic element to it?
Wow.
And which
Dark.
a whole different flavor to it. It's like, is this animal possessed? It's not just a killer hippo. Is the animal possessed? So that's kind of what made River Horse fascinating to me, was that whole angle to it, making it a little different than your typical killer creature film. There's more there than just that. And
oh my gosh, you just made it like 10 times darker. If that were to be produced as a movie, I don't think I could watch it. Oh man, I stay away from demon flicks.
Well, it has like what would you call it? An archetype to it, because
Thank you, Gavin.
this is a very dangerous and formidable creature that lives beneath the waters, and a lot of times you just see the eyes come above the surface, maybe a little bit, just a few bumps in there, and then oh, that's one of the deadliest creatures in the world. And it's
amazing.
beneath the surface, it's beneath these waters, like in the subconscious. So it's a great parallel for like a demonic consciousness, which
yes, exactly. Yeah. So and that gave it a whole different thing. Because it was first just going to be like, oh, they'll kill a hippopotamus, but then the whole spiritual angle came to it, and I'm like, oh wow, that's even better.
Yeah.
Makes it stand apart. And I'm also surprised, and that's why I'd love to see this made. I'm surprised there has not yet been a killer hippo movie like Jaws, or something like that. Nobody's done it yet. And
I mean, it happens in the real world.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised because it does happen in the real world. I'm surprised nobody's done it yet. I thought that'd be an easy thing to do, but it hasn't been done yet, as far as I know. I think there's a film that's been produced or being produced, but it hasn't come out yet, called Killer Hippo. But that was the first thing, and I think that was like over the past couple of years. It hasn't been seen yet. But that was that was the first mention I've seen of any film about.
That would be my only fear, is someone taking the subject and making a film that's actually called Killer Hippo, kind of like Sharknado or something.
That's my concern. That's why I'd love to see River Horse get made somehow. But
well, Kevin, with the way that AI video generation is going, this may be look. I'll tell you what, I like writing stories myself, and the moment that I can afford a subscription to these high-end video, have you seen the Star Wars fan flicks?
I've seen two of them, yeah.
It looks like they look like they were produced by Disney. That's how high quality.
Yeah.
But I know that the subscriptions are expensive. When the price comes down and I could put my stories to movie and score it myself, imagine me writing a film score, putting it all original stuff up on YouTube. I mean, you might not need anyone to pick you up on the film, Kevin. The technology may just be there, accessible to all of us very soon. And then if the story is good, it will draw an audience. It will.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll make an event out of it. We'll have a screening.
There
you go.
CineSonic Film Studios.
Earworms release party.
Hey, why the hell not?
That'd be great.
Why the heck not?
Yeah, I'm kind of a little. I give AI kind of the side eye a little bit, but I can see where it has its use, especially if you can't.
Yeah. Well, it is one of those things where all technology is going to have, two sides to it. I think everything does. It has the yin and the yang, and so it has to be worked out. But I mean, people should be a little bit worried and be cautious about it. But
it cannot replace. But Lawrence, I don't think it can ever replace real human creativity, because that comes from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that cannot be tapped into in this realm except by human beings.
Right. I think you're right.
And so
even if they're good at it, there's going to be something that you'll be able to tell that it's not real. It's not.
Right. But the thing is, if the story is good enough, it's just like Lawrence, it's like Babylon 5.
Yeah,
Produced in the 90s, not great special effects. The story was powerful.
Yeah, that's true.
It didn't matter that they didn't have the top end production. It has the fan base it has today because it was such an incredible story. And with your stories, Kevin, the same thing. The same thing. And so it's yeah, I can't wait till I just can't wait till the prices come down on these video generators.
That'll be great.
That would be great. And you know what? For the argument that, well, you're going to put actors and musicians and this and that out of business. Well, when in history has an indie artist such as ourselves been able to hire a crew or actors that's why good ideas just don't get produced, because we can't afford to produce them ourselves and we don't have an in. And so this technology just gives us a way to make our work a reality. And let's put Hollywood out of business. Why not? A lot of evil stuff happens. Let's do it.
Yeah. Hey, amen. Amen there. So
the real talent is out here. It's not in there.
Yeah, it's the imagination. It's about the ability to take our imagination and realize it in a form that it can be shared with other people. One of these days, maybe we'll be telepathic and we could just share our movies with an audience by just sitting on stage in a chair and just going,
projecting
and
our
everyone
thoughts
gets it.
into everybody else's mind. Yeah, that'd be great.
Until you get to a point where you're like, oh, sorry, that was a bad idea.
I didn't put that in there.
We live in very interesting times. I mean, every time period has its up and down, but as an artist, I think we live in the most powerful time.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
you're right there, but there are more things accessible to us.
Yes,
the layman, that, and I think that's wonderful to help us realize our visions.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, we have about 10 minutes left because at 9 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be, shall we say, what do you call it? Redirecting anyone here to B-roll stage. Our friends at doing the B-sides, Friday night streams, B-movies and stuff like that. They're been good friends of ours. So with our last 10 minutes here, what should we talk about? Of course, we want people to help you in the ISSA 2026 voting. Remember, folks, this is just to find out, about fan bases and who can mobilize, listeners to support them. So when you go over there and you just search for Kevin and vote for him, that's basically what you're doing. You're saying that you're into the music and you just like to give him a vote. You're not being asked to select the best song or artist or anything at that point, because they have judges for that. It's a different stage of the competition. But it's weird how they do this. Like, a lot of people be like, what? But I don't know anybody here. But that's how it is. It's just see who has the fan base. That's one aspect. But then there are other aspects. They have judges for music and all sorts of things.
Right.
But apart from that, Kevin, anything you'd like to share?
Gosh, I don't know. I think I've talked about everything that I can think of anyway. Get ready to build some more cigar box guitars.
Yes.
I got Liza's box here.
Oh, you got one of my that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you got my punch box.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep. I'm looking forward to doing it. This is going to be a special one because you're special to me, Liza.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I want exactly. I want to do with that. I said I could either build another, 3-string, like kind of like my favorite box, but maybe make it like in the treble, using the treble strings instead of the deeper strings, or I could do a kind of a short scale bass maybe.
Yes,
possible.
I'm making a short scale bass for Lawrence, and
Cool.
there's some really nice strings by and I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It's just really good strings by Martin and Co. What are they called? Phosphor bronze wound nylon, and they're made for 25-inch scale basses, and the strings are soft, and I don't know. Check them out. If you don't know what strings to go for, you're afraid that the strings are gonna like put too much pressure on the neck. That's why I went with these with nylon.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that. What I've been using, because I have a ukulele bass.
Oh,
Actually,
nice.
Wow.
and I thought about because I have extra strings from that I'm thinking about applying to this.
Hey, I mean, go with that, and I look forward to seeing what are their strings made out of, the uke bass strings.
It's like a polyurethane
Oh wow.
material, and which sounds kind of like they're like rubber strings, but
Interesting.
they're very. I mean, I fell in love with the U bass when I got it. I'm not primarily a bass player anyway, so I thought, well, this is interesting. This makes it interesting for me, and I wanted to learn bass. So I got to. I'm always doing something different, But I got a U bass and fell in love with it. The strings that came with it were pretty good, but I upgraded to what they're called. They're called Thunder Browns. Can't remember who makes them right now. I can't think of it, but I bought those, and those are even better. But I just fell in love with playing the U bass, and I thought I'll have to make a cigar box, bass.
The strings have a good feel, and
good feel. They're really easy on the fingers, I think.
awesome.
They work really, really well. Get a good.
Are you going to go fretless or fretted?
Mine is fretted.
Okay.
I want to get a fretless eventually.
Aha.
Because I really like fret. I had one from another. I got a Kala. They're like the ones that invented the U bass, and but the first one I got was another company, and it was a fretless. I loved how it played, but there's something wrong with one of the pickups, so I had to send it back. And I just thought, well, if I'm going to go with it, I might as well go with the best company, the top company that invented it. And so I got a Kala fretted. That the fretless is a little more expensive than I could afford at the time. But I love the U bass, and think about building one.
Oh my God, Kevin! If you build a bass with my little punch box, please let me know and send me pictures so I can put them up on my community post.
All right, we'll do.
Yes.
So, I'm looking forward to building that and everything. But I'm still building. I have a bass that actually appears on the Bottleneck, the song that I use.
Oh.
That's my two string bass, and this isn't a cigar box. That's a gift box, but I wanted something large enough to get the sound
right.
But it's got.
I love the rattle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
It's very percussive when I play it, and so I can put the.
That's what's cool about it. Yes.
Yeah. And it's got a pickup, but it doesn't work. I had to play it acoustically. I threw the mic because it doesn't work. I got to figure out what's wrong with it. But no, this is the first bass I ever tried to build, and no, I love it. It's hard to play, but I love it. It makes me work. It makes me work.
There you go.
That sound, that grumble is perfect.
It's got guts. It really
does.
But that's my two string bass. I may build another one because I made a mistake with this one. I didn't allow enough space for the first fret, so I can get a little tone with it doing it that way. But the nut is too close to the fret, so so I'm missing a half step there. But I can get a little sound. I use this on the Bottleneck.
Super cool. Now I'm gonna go listening for it. I think I heard maybe what I assume was part of the low bass grumble of the piano, it probably some of that must have been the bass, right?
Might have been.
Okay.
Yeah, might have been.
Okay. So the grumble that I like was probably that
Grumble.
bass. Cool.
Probably. Yeah.
I like the song even more now.
Thanks. I did I added a lot to that song in particular. I wanted to do as much as I could on it, so I added some of the cello in it. I added the bass, the 2-string bass. I added the diddly bow, the 3-string, my regular guitar. I added to it. So I tried to put as much of the cigar box stuff in it that I could with that.
And that's what makes you different from another songwriter that's just using sampled orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
You are part of the orchestra. You're adding your
Yeah.
own sounds
Yeah.
that you actually built into the thing, and that is what's going to separate you from other people doing this sort of thing.
Thank you.
And so this is very exciting, and I can't wait. You will please get back to us about the results of the competition and where you placed. Yeah,
absolutely.
Keep us posted, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will, and I'll definitely let you know when the album is released.
Yes,
Yeah.
we got to do, Lawrence. We got to do like a celebration, a party or something for this album.
Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Also, people, kevinmcraft.com is where you can find, I guess, links to all of Kevin's social media. The YouTube channel is there also. He's really easy to find as long as you get that down, Kevin M. Kraft. He's the one.
Put the M in it for sure, because there are other Kevin Crafts out there. Well, I think one of them is an actor and a producer, and the other one is a musician. So we got to put the M. Put the M in there.
Yes.
Yep. Slap that in.
There you go.
All right. Well, we're winding down here. Looks like we have 2 minutes. So
2 minutes. It's the 2-minute warning.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mike.
So, Lawrence,
hold him back. Do you have any final questions for Kevin or any final thoughts?
No, I think I asked pretty much everything.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I was kind of holding back. Liza said she had a whole lot of questions. Did she get to ask?
Yeah, we are at the end. You only have 2 minutes. Make it good. All right. So anyway,
we only got one now.
All right. So anyway, is there
so like I'll never see him again. I mean,
is there any way people can receive announcements from you, Kevin? Like, do you have a mailing list, or should they?
Yeah, they can actually go to my website and get on the mailing list. There's a at the bottom of the page you'll see "Stay in the Loop," and you can get on the email list.
All right, that's a perfect way.
Actually, let me go and do that now.
That way you'll be told whenever Kevin
I'm ahead of you.
Gets the results.
There you go.
The official Kevin M. Kraft website.
Yeah.
Cool.
What was it I was looking for? At the bottom?
Should be at the bottom of the page. If it's still there. Hopefully it's still there.
I see your email.
Stay in the loop. I wonder
in the loop.
Maybe something happened to it. I'll have to go on and make sure that it's there again. If you don't see it, I'll make sure that it gets put on there. But yeah, there's a way to get on the mailing list with that, and I'll make sure that that's available to it. I'm surprised it's not there, but
sometimes depending on what platform you're on, things like that can happen. Yeah, I'm not seeing the in the loop thing either, Kevin. Just okay.
Check back at kevinmcraft.com, and I'll make sure that gets up.
There you go. See, we got to the bottom of that in the last minute.
There we go.
There we go. All right, folks. Well,
I'm glad you told me.
we're going to sign off, but please check back with Kevin M. Kraft and check out the mailing list at the bottom. Mailing lists are convenient. They just come to you so you know when the announcements are.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And I guess that's it. So we'll also have Kevin on again in the future.
Thank you all. Thank everybody. Thank everybody who voted and is going to vote. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So much.
Well, thank Liza. I didn't know you could vote on another. I voted on my phone a second time. So
okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Once a day per device.
We'll pile them up.
Yeah.
Liza and Lawrence, I'll see you Sunday.
All right. Yeah,
Alrighty.
Sunday we're doing Babylon 5 Soulmates. That's Alonzo Malari and his 3 wives.
All right.
Good deal.
Kevin's like, what is going on? It's a good show, I promise. I promise.
I'll try and be there.
All right, that would be fun. That would be so much fun. Yes.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us, and we're signing off. If you just hang in there, you'll be automatically redirected to B-sides. They're exploring another B movie tonight and just having fun with it. They're always a pleasurable crew to hang out with. So good night, one and all. Signing
Good
off.
night.
Good night. Thank you.